In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started using a database and application designed especially to keep track of information about voters and volunteers in a particular precinct. The database is part of a unique Grassroots precinct organizational system, which is managed and coordinated through a main server, which you see on the screen here. This main server assigns each precinct to a particular person to manage and then combines this data with all precincts into one main database for the whole county. From the main server, you can extract lots of useful information about voters and volunteers. For example, on the Volunteer tab, you can extract a list of volunteers involved in different activities in their local precincts. However, the overall system operates at the grassroots because the database entry is all managed and controlled by one assigned person in each local precinct. As Canvas leader in your precinct, you'll be developing this database from information you obtain through canvassing door-to-door and other direct contact with local residents. The database allows you to maintain a close working relationship with local voters and volunteers, which is so critical for grassroots political organization. On the screen here, you see a typical database as it would appear in the application on your computer screen. The records are kept with location information above in this area, and then down here, the residents at those various locations. If you click on a particular location, like this, you see the residents below at that location. If you highlight one of the residents, you'll see on the right side panel data relating to that particular resident. For example, the activities the person is interested or willing to do. These are your volunteers, people who are very important to keep track of. For example, if they want to do door-to-door canvassing, the word door shows up. This is all information that you enter for each person based on canvassing. Up in the right-hand portion, you can see you can put data about their contributions, financial contributions that they make, for example, on a particular day. If you double-click on this edit button for the resident, a dialog box shows up with the different fields that you can edit. You can also edit fields individually down here if you like as well. You can do the same for location information. Just double-click that button and then enter the data. Now, after you've been entering some data, you want to bring all the records back up to see everybody. Just click on the button up here on this top line called Clear Search, and then all the records show up again. Down here on the lower left, there's an action notice that keeps you aware of what's going on during the time you're working on the screen. This is especially helpful to let you know if you're trying to do something that the application won't let you do. When you get many records in your database, you'll want to search and publish your results in various ways, such as who are the volunteers to contact for door-to-door canvassing. In this case, use the Search tab on the right panel here and check off the criteria you want. You can also search for those who made a contribution during a specified period of time. The residents who meet a particular set of search criteria you specify show up on the lower portion down here, and you can download a PDF showing this data on a separate file. Once you have the search criteria complete, click on the PDF and go to a dialog box that leads you through the steps to provide a nice printable form. Notice there are two report forms, a resident and volunteer layout. The volunteer layout gives you more detailed information, including activities. The resident format is more compact with just basic name and contact information. Say you want to prepare a volunteer list of names of those who have agreed to conduct door-to-door canvassing. You first need to specify the search results you want, say door-to-door canvassing. Now, you give the file a name so you can save it on your computer, like this. Here you can give some heading data to the report by double-clicking on these items on the left panel, and you can give your report a title if you like as well. When you're ready, just click OK and go to the file you saved. Then you get the PDF in its actual form. In the same basic way, you can produce a resident list, only the appearance and data is a little different. When you are first assigned as Canvas leader, you will be sent an email with everything you need to get started. Here is a typical initial message you'll receive. It shows your username and password that lets you access the database for your precinct. Here's the link to download the application, which you must do first. Down here is a link to an illustrated PDF help file, which gives you more useful guidance in using the system. I highly recommend you preview this help file before you start using the system. You can also look at it anytime to clarify any issue you may have. So to get started, download the app by clicking on the link and following the ordinary instructions that apply for your computer. Some computers download the file to a Downloads folder. On my computer, the download works like the way you see it here. Notice you'll get to a wizard, and in a few short clicks, the app appears on your screen. Now you have to download the database for your specific precinct. To do that, go up here to the File button at the top and click New to get a dialog box. In this dialog box, you enter your username and password for the database. This is the information that was given to you in the initial email message you received from the server. Finally, the database appears on your screen, so you're ready to enter and manage data. Notice there's one record already entered here in your database. Although there may be more, this one record will get you started with the routine for entering others. Entering location information here in the top portion is most critical because the program controls pretty closely how you can enter and change data. Always start by clicking on the city here. Usually the only city you need is already listed, so all you need to do is just click on it and then move to a specific street address in that city. Don't type anything in this city field here unless your address is in another city not already listed. The reason is that the program doesn't let you delete the name of a city or street once you enter it. The only way to remove unwanted or incorrect cities and streets is by using the function button up here called Merge Entries. For example, suppose you entered COLP by mistake when you really meant to identify the city College Park. To fix this problem, click on Merge Entries like this, and using the City section, highlight what you want to remove here on the left, in this case COLP, to merge any data you have with that spelling to the right city name, which is College Park. Then follow through to get the right results you want. Notice the unwanted city COLP name no longer appears. To enter data, begin with the location part of the record. In this case, we're beginning with the city College Park. Click on the city and then move to the second entry box and begin entering data starting with the house number. And then you'll see on the right hand side the add button will activate, allows you to confirm what you've put in or continue editing the information. Then click on that portion of the address to move to the third entry box, which gets you to the zip code, and put in any apartment number there may be in that situation. Then select that specific location, and now you'll be entering residents at that location. Begin with the person's last name, and when the add button activates, click on that to finish the rest of the fields. You'll see the dialog box comes up, and there you can enter the data that you have for that person. Contact information like phone number and email address is very important. Also, you have information about the person's party affiliation. There's a special portion at the bottom for notes, and here you can individualize comments about that person that will be helpful for you to understand and get to know that person and to follow up. When you have all the information entered, click OK, and then you'll see all those records, all those fields will show up in the line for that particular resident. To specify more details about a resident, such as volunteer activities, select that person's record line and go to the right side panel to enter data. Notice this is the Resident tab, not Search. If the person agrees to conduct door-to-door canvassing, for example, select the word door on the list. If the person is willing to drop literature in the neighborhood, select the word lit. If available for phone calling, click phone. Interested in doing clerical work, select the word clerical. If you want to list another person at that same location, press the Clear Search button to empty all entry boxes you have been using. Then select the specific location where you want to enter the new resident at that location, and go ahead and enter the data. The process of entering data is the same as before. Begin with the last name, and when the Add button activates, press it to continue entering data in the dialog box. When all the data is entered, click OK, which saves all that data on a new record line. After you've entered some records, use the button marked Clear Search, if necessary, so that all your records will appear on the screen. You can also use the Refresh button, which gets your records in proper order. After a session of entering data, you want to send that data to the main server for the county. Do this by clicking on the button Upload DB here. This keeps the records stored along with other precincts on the main database server. The database is also automatically stored elsewhere on your computer should you ever need your own personal backup copy. If you forget or lose your password, no problem. Just click here on Help to reset your password. You also have a handy Help tab right on the app to give you guidance on solving any specific problem that may occur. Also, you can view this video again, of course, as often as you like. I also recommend you take a look at the illustrated Help PDF file sent to you by email when you were first assigned. This completes the video. With a little practice, I think you'll find using the database and application quite easy and natural. And this will really help you in keeping track of the important voters and volunteers in your precinct. Thanks for watching.